Hi guys, this is Brown Fashion Girl. This is where we talk all about fashion, luxury, and pop culture. And the thing that I wanted to discuss today is basically Indian mega designer Sabyasachi is starting selling jewelry online on Tata CLiQ, which is I think a pretty big deal because Sabya has always been a very reserved brand in terms of how they communicate, how they sell, how they engage with the audience, and I think this is one of the biggest steps in the commercialization of Indian luxury fashion. Indian luxury fashion scene is still very in its earlier nascent stages. And I think the Sabya move will definitely set the blueprint and the tone of how brands are going to communicate with the audience going forward. I think there have been minor instances where we have seen nice collaborations like H&M versus Sabyasachi, or maybe the Dhruv Kapoor versus Tata Agio. I think that was a great collection, Dhruv and Tata Agio, and I absolutely loved that. And I think I would love to see more of that. But yeah, I think we're going off topic. So yeah, Sabya is launching their fine jewelry line. It's gonna be around 91 pieces and it starts from 55K and goes up till 9 lakh, which I think is fairly affordable for a luxury brand, and affordable being just like, you know, not a realistic term in this case. But I think yeah, it's a good entry level starting point. And I think that this also comes at a really good cultural timing for the brand because Sabya has been doing really well, and they recently have their 25th anniversary show. This is like super amazing, super iconic. They had Chrissy Turlington and Deepika Padukone walk the runway. Really strong faces to represent the brand. And in fact, I saw this video where Sabyasachi, the designer, was talking about how he would only open up the brand after 25 years because you really need to nurture and let the brand grow. And I think this news comes like right, I think 2-3 months after the mega show, the anniversary show. I think so obviously it was a very well planned out business move, and he's obviously been he's always been a really savvy businessman. So I'm like really uh, excited to see what happens because like I said, this will shape how the brands are going to communicate and sell in the future, all the luxury brands, because India doesn't really have a true blue luxury brand who's able to capitalize with their trinkets. Because if you look at any luxury brand like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Hermes, even Michael Kors, Coach, Chanel, they all make money through their accessories. And by accessories I mean shoes, bags, yes, but also the little trinkets. Remember the Fendi for keychain? I mean, these items sell like hotcakes, and this is how brands make money. And I think in Indian fashion we have never had that. We've had like some designers who have had like sort of trending or sort of like iconic pieces, and of course in an Indian context, yes, but I think Sabya really has the potential with the uh, Bengal tiger logo and that whole visual imagery to like really position Sabya as like a really strong brand. And I think it can also be India's first true blue luxury symbol, which I think we really need. I mean, Hermes has a horse, Ferrari has a horse, Ralph Lauren has a horse. So I think India should have a tiger. I think that's really strong representation of the Indianness and the positive national feeling that we would want to see and we would want a brand to represent. And I mean, yeah, I'm like really looking forward to how this whole thing is gonna shape up. One thing I'm sort of thinking about that, I'm pretty sure the collection is gonna sell pretty well in the beginning, and that is because tier 1 audience is like really gonna jump for it. But I'm a little unsure about tier 2 and tier 3, and to be honest, some sections of tier 1 will like really jump for it because in India, and this is like pricey enough. So I mean, like in India, jewelry is very emotional and it's obviously an investment piece. So I mean, yes, certain section of society will be able to afford it as a as just jewelry, but in India, jewelry is very emotional and tied to your family's finances. So let's see how that is going to be able to tackled by the brand, or maybe they don't need to tackle that. That's just not their intention. They just want people to buy it as a fashion accessory, which is completely cool. But I mean, like if middle class Indian family of a girl in the middle class Indian family had 2 lakhs rupees to spare, would she buy a 2 lakh Sabya necklace, or would she just buy like a gold coin, or maybe just gold ETF or whatever? So I think that is something that we learn more about And you can't really say that Indians won't buy, because we have embraced a lot of really cool tech that the West has not been able to. Biggest example is quick commerce. Like really quick commerce is now essentially becoming a part of how we sort of shop, and that is pretty cool. I think it really came at a right time for us. So this is a really nice time in the Indian economy, market, and the mindset to sort of experiment with how Indian consumers are going to react, if they are going to react, and to what extent business can make like real money out of that. And also a good time for Indian consumers to explore some pretty cool stuff. So I think, yeah, it was a nice time. And this also brings me to the point that this also sees the collaboration between two big Indian giants, which is Aditya Birla. So Sabyasachi is 51% owned by Aditya Birla Fashion and Retail, and Tata CLiQ is of course Tata. I think it's really rare to see two nation-building brands, I must say, because both are like really genuine brands. I do really respect them a lot, unlike a certain one which I won't mention. But I mean, yeah, I think it really goes to show and the power of Sabyasachi, how he's able to bring them together. And granted that Aditya Birla, as far as I know, doesn't really have their app. I think Reliance has Agio, Tata has Tata CLiQ, of course. Aditya Birla doesn't have that, so it's not like they had the option to sort of sell them on their own platforms. But I'm pretty glad to see that they didn't like really hold it against the brand if they wanted to go to a third party to sort of sell that and commercialize the jewelry. I think that's really cool as well, because rare to see, like I said. So I mean, yeah, I'm not sure actually when the jewelry is going live, and I hope it goes live soon, because I am interested to check it out for sure, though I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy or not. But like, yeah, let me know your thoughts about all this Sabya thing in the comments, and any other thing that I may have missed. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.